Children, have you ever met the Bogeyman before? No, of course you haven't, for you're much too good, I'm sure. Don't you be afraid of him if he should visit you. He's a great big collar.
Hello, Aries. Welcome to your October 2018 reading. So, I'm doing things a little bit different this month. Sorry, Aries. Hopefully, you guys are not too mad. I know you guys are usually first. I've always recorded Aries video first because you guys are the first zodiac sign. But I was really led to do things differently in October. So, I actually did Libra first, which is your opposite sign. And I'm going to continue to do this, guys. So, next month, I will do Scorpio's video first. So, yeah, you guys, it's extremely weird to do your opposite sign before you, you know. But Libra, when it comes to Libra, they're the opposite of you, Aries. So, where your second house is Taurus, Libra's second house is the opposite of Taurus, Scorpio. And your third house is Gemini, but Libra's third house is the opposite of Gemini, Sagittarius. So I'm just flipping the scene here to kind of symbolize what's going on in the universe. So I'm working a lot with the light and the dark this month. That's why I've got the white candle and the dark candle. And if you can see here, the white candle is significantly lower than the dark. So we are working with less light than we are working with dark. The dark is quite strong this time of year as we're headed into the dark half of the zodiac wheel. So Aries through Virgo, those 6 zodiac signs represent the first half and they're light. Second half of the wheel, Libra through Pisces, is more of the dark, mysterious. And I just wanted to let you guys know, before I started to record your video, I actually bumped this table really hard, and some of the wax in this candle like exploded. So I don't know if that's a metaphor for you guys, if there's just something kind of dark going on, if you guys are, I mean, some of the wax came out of it, so maybe there's just some dark spewage or you're releasing something dark. I just thought that was kind of symbolic. So yeah, definitely working with the light and the dark, which is coming up in your reading here anyways. And speaking of that, I have the Wisdom of the House of Night, Angel, Indigo Angel, and then regular tarot to clarify. I'm using these 3 decks, guys. And I've got 3 rows. I already shuffled because I got these gloves on, so I didn't want to like screw up your cards. But Aries, when I was shuffling for you guys, so many cards were coming out. We actually ended up with a lot of cards. So yeah, I had to really use my intuition. I really just wanted them to come out one by one. Excuse me. So we did have Love and Honesty come out for you guys, and Trapped. So I'm not sure if any of you guys are not really being honest with your heart. Those 3 cards did come out, but I just felt weird. I'm like, is this for Aries? And it might have been. So I just wanted to mention that message, that some of you guys are feeling trapped in a situation where love and honesty are involved, where maybe you're needing to be honest about something love related or being honest with your heart. I'm not sure, Aries, but I did go ahead and put those cards back since they all came out together, and I just wanted to shuffle one by one to make sure everything. So this is like beginning of October, middle of October, end of October, past, present, future, however it applies, okay? So let's go ahead and start here. The first card that came out for you, which is symbolic for your past, it's symbolic for how you began October. We have the High Priestess of Earth. So perhaps a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, very significant at the beginning of October. Perhaps significant on the 3rd of October, okay? Now, Aries, this is your opposite energy. Like Libra season is your opposite sign. So this is your 7th house of relationships. So I'm not sure if any of you guys are in significant relationships with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. It doesn't have to be that. This could just be someone who's really logical. Maybe they're not as emotional as you. Maybe they're just very physical. Maybe they work a lot. Maybe this is you and you're just kind of being more grounded. Maybe that full moon in Aries really grounded you guys last month. But yeah, maybe there's some communication with an earth sign coming up here, guys, on the 3rd of October, or just in the beginning in your past. If you communicated with an earth sign in the past, a lot of different messages here. Either you're just feeling really grounded. This talks about your physical body, Aries. So there could have been something about your physical body at the beginning of October, or you grounding yourself, needing to go outside and get in nature more. That's all this earthy energy, finances, career, Okay, so that's what the High Priestess of Earth represents. She comes up to talk about the physical reality of finances in the material realm, but she's also a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn for me. You may even have that energy too. You could have like a rising or a moon sign in Earth. So your Earth energy is coming up. It's important to enter October really grounded, so I hope you did. And the card coming out with that, Aries, is freedom. So right off the bat, some of you guys are free from a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And there was something that you became free about at the beginning of this. Something happened for this freedom. And it's interesting that I had trapped come out. So maybe you guys felt trapped for a while, but then you just finally opened up and you were honest about what you felt. And so that might be what set you free from a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Or maybe you're excuse me. Maybe there's something here about you being physically set free, because the earth, this person here, she represents earth, okay? So there's something here about financial freedom, jumping away from this, something physical even that you may be free from, like a physical addiction or some kind of physical thing that you're feeling freedom. Like this is physical freedom, okay? I don't know if someone got out of jail at the beginning of October, or if you're just feeling physically free from something that was like weighing you down in a physical financial way. It could have been a job. Some of you, it really is some kind of earth sign energy that you are setting yourself free from. You are free from this person at the beginning of October. To clarify this, guys, we have the Five of Swords. So I know that some of you guys, this was communication with a person. It was non-emotional communication with a person, and it was causing conflict mentally. This is arguments, okay? So some of you guys were really arguing with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or you were just arguing in a very physical earth sign way. Like it was all logic, it was all sharp words, but where's the emotion? You know what I mean? There's really no emotion. In fact, in this situation, there are two people left in the background there with their emotion because they're backed by all that water. So this is a card of conflict, Aries. It's arguments. It's very stormy. And this guy, somebody here is just arguing, you know, and he's got all these 5 swords. He's got 3 of them in his hand. So this is heartbreak. This person is only acting this way, Aries, because they're heartbroken. Okay, that's why they're holding those 3 swords. But instead of them being in his heart, he's like using them to fight other people, to make other people feel how he feels. So if there's a person in your life in October, especially towards the beginning of October, like around the 5th of October or the 3rd, or in the past at all, you're going to know exactly what this is about. Somebody, this could even be you, Aries. I'm not sure which one of these people you are. You could be one of the people in the back. You could be this guy, but someone in the situation is heartbroken, so they're upset about some kind of decision that was made, because we have these 2 swords. So there could have been 2 people that made a decision. It could have to do with the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius too, but there's 2 people in the situation who are kind of left hurt, like they can't speak. They're like, this is you, Aries, in the beginning of October, feeling like you can't really speak what you really feel, you know, when all you want to do is be set free from this situation. But there's a person here that could potentially be, you know, maybe there is just arguments for some of you. But for others of you, this is a person who's mentally manipulating. They hide their pain by just being kind of an asshole. This could be definitely a cold person if you're dealing with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But you're being set free from this arguing, right? Because we even have the 3 here. So communication with an earth sign. Maybe some of you guys talk to an earth sign about freedom, okay? But others of you are getting set free from this earth energy, and it's being set free from this conflict, this arguing, feeling defeated, feeling victorious. Some of you guys are just done fighting at the beginning of October. You're like done fighting. You don't want to fight anymore, because this is talking about laying down your swords. These 2 people lay down their swords. So 2 people don't want to fight anymore. But then there's this energy here that is still, so maybe this is just 2 people, but 2 different sides to a story. So if there is something that you want to communicate about, Aries, it's best to do that with a clear mind, and not from an emotional standpoint of heart and pain, you know what I mean? Because this is never going to allow this person, place, or thing to offer their heart to that situation. And I really feel that for you, because he's got those 3 swords, and they used to be in his heart. So someone wants to communicate. Maybe there was an earth sign that broke your heart. and you're feeling free from that conflict and trying to communicate about it, but you're not going to communicate if it's a fight, okay? You don't want to communicate anymore if it's an argument or if it's a fight, if it's anything that is the opposite of freedom, if it weighs you down too much, if it doesn't give you clarity, you're just laying down the sword and you don't want to fight. Okay, so that's kind of how you begin October. And then we can talk about kind of the present moment. So whenever you're watching this from the 14th to like the 23rd, that would be the middle of October for me. But this is also just your present moment. And it's interesting that I say, you know, that you don't want to fight Aries, because we have the warrior. It's kind of hard for an Aries not to be ready to fight and battle for something, even if it's just spiritually. You might not be a physical person, but you're ruled by Mars, Aries. And, you know, that is the god of war. And we've got the warrior showing up here for you. So in your present moment, you know, even though you lay down your sword, just because you're not fighting Aries, it doesn't mean that you're not, like, battling something. It's not, you're still a warrior is what I mean. Even though there was a person at the beginning of October that could have potentially taken your sword from you, you know what I'm saying? They could have disarmed you and made you feel defenseless and defeated. And you could have been left with a really hard decision to make, or maybe this was over a decision you made and someone is heartbroken in the situation and pissed and there's arguments. So there is the warrior here. So this talks about strength, right? Being strong, having strength. And this is definitely two people. Like, I feel like this warrior here is a symbolic energy for whoever these two people are in the background here, because they're the ones who let down their sword. And then we have this number 2 up there. So this is definitely some sort of decision not to fight anymore, or to fight. I'm not sure. There's a battle in your present moment though, Aries. And I think you're kind of torn between, do I continue fighting for this? Because, you know, I feel different. I feel like it's different. Like the fighting that you want to fight for something, not against something, Aries. So you're willing to fight for a person, place, or thing in your present moment, but you don't want to fight yourself anymore over it. You don't want to fight in a physical, angry way. That's not really what Mars is about. Mars might be the god of war, but he goes to war for very important reasons, not just petty heartbreak, you know what I'm saying? So there's some kind of warrior, and I feel like this is you. And the card that we have with that is look through the situation. So when it comes to the fights going on in October, it's probably your relationships, Aries, because Libra is all about your 7th house of relationships. And around October is when the time that your relationships transform, because we move from your 7th house of relationships to your 8th house of hidden intimacy and transformation and death. So there could even be certain death in relationship this month, like the endings to these relationships. And there's war. There's a war that this warrior needs to look through. You know, so when it comes to the war that's happening here, these arguments, this could just be a mental war for some of you that is really coming to a painful end. And I think Aries is feeling a bit defeated secretly in October. I really do. And I feel like when it comes to this situation, if these people were just to look through the matter and to see it like I am kind of right now, like at first glance, it looks like people that have swords and somebody was defeated, but there's much more going on here, Aries, if you really look through the situation. That person is heartbroken. It doesn't give them a right to fight or to argue, but you know, people say really mean and hurtful things when they're feeling defeated. And I think there's someone in the situation who feels very defeated, either by you or you're feeling that way, or maybe it's by a third party. This may have to do with a third party for some of you. It may have to do with a decision. I do see a choice here that some of you guys made in October. And it may be a choice to lay down your swords and not fight for a connection anymore, or not fight for something. But it's best if you look through that situation in your present moment, Aries, because you'll be surprised at what this warrior discovers. There's just something more here. You know, before you move on or before you give up completely, Aries, make sure you're looking entirely through the situation before you decide something, because we've got a lot of air energy here. So this is definitely your thoughts, okay? Something you're at war with in your mind. Something that you need to kind of think about and look through, because there could be beauty still there, Aries. There may be something there still worth fighting for. Look through the situation like a warrior, okay? Look through warriors don't win all the battles they fight, Aries. You may have needed to take a L. Maybe you took an L this month, okay? It looks like you took an L. but you're gonna come back with a W, okay? You're gonna come back winning. And sometimes you take a L so that you can be set free. You know, choose your battles wisely in October, because, you know, energy is scarce right now. So a lot of us are feeling really tired. It's been a long summer, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, just be careful what you're giving your fighting energy to. Yeah, just be careful what you're giving your fighting energy to, because you could be very mentally exhausted from all these arguments, but the universe is trying to give you a new beginning. So you're looking through a situation like a warrior, looking back at what happened at the beginning of October or in your past, and looking through it like a warrior would, okay? Looking through it with strength and confidence. Even if you lost a battle or something, because we have the Ten of Swords and the Ace of Wands to go with your present moment. So there is some sort of new beginning, okay? Like mentally, the air energy here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, mental pain. This is ultimate defeat, dude. Like Ten of Swords, it's a completion. It's a painful completion. But there's something in your present moment that needs to end mentally. The end, like never thinking about that thing again. You know, maybe this is mental darkness for some of you, but we do have the sunrise in the distance. So the good thing about the Ten of Swords is that there's something painful that is just over for good. And you're very close to a new beginning mentally. But these two cards came out together. This is Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy. This is a magic wand. This is some kind of passion returning after a very painful defeat, after a very painful period of mental defeats or defeating thoughts. There's this Ace of Wands showing up in this painful situation, which is exactly what you would need, Aries. This is the spark you need to get back up and to heal yourself, because you're not a victim. You are a victor. So this is the difference between being a victor and being a victim. Chiron is no longer in Aries. He's in Pisces for a little bit until he goes back into Aries in a few months or something. So the wounds that you got in these battles, it's like you got 10 of them. You know, you are wounded from the battles of your past and from the wars that you're still fighting in your present moment. You're ruled by Mars. So you're always going to feel that warrior essence, you know, the battles that you're fighting. You're the cardinal fire sign, Aries. So you always have to persevere with passion. You're the ram. So it's like pushing forward, you know what I mean? So this is the spark that you're going to need in your present moment. Something in your present moment after you look through a situation, after you discover the warrior in yourself. I think you guys you're letting past defeat wound you. You know, Aries is, I think they're caught up in October about everything that has caused them pain and everything that's really got them down. You're forgetting your confidence level. You're forgetting, you know, your badassness. So this Ace of Wands is here to manifest a new beginning for you passionately. You know, whatever. This can end. This is an energy that you would enjoy more. Your creativity, your passion, even your sexual energy, a new beginning after some sort of painful ending for you, Aries. And it could be with an air sign or a fire sign. I'm not sure. But you definitely want to look through the situation. Maybe you're reflecting on all your pain and allowing it to inspire you. Allowing it to, you know, help you discover your strength. You can find strength in this situation if you look through what really happened, if you look through your wounds. We don't heal, you know, our bodies don't heal by just skimming over a wound. You know, they study it. Our cells study the wound. What is happening here? Oh, this person got cut. Oh, this person got this. This person has a bruise. And then our bodies calculate what needs to be done. You know, does it need to send more blood cells here? La, la, la. I'm just saying, this is Chiron. So when it comes to your wounds, you have to nurture them, right? You have to allow them to inspire you. You know, we don't go through things like that to stay down in that place, to stay in this defeated energy, okay? Because there's something that's ending here, and there is freedom here for you in October. Freedom from a victim's mentality or feeling defeated. I do know something happened, and it takes a lot for an Aries to feel defeated, genuinely. So in your present moment, there is some kind of pain that you're focused on mentally. It could even be physical pain. It could be betrayal. But it's just defeat. And I picked up on the defeat energy before I even read beyond those cards. So there was someone in your life, or there was a situation in your life at the beginning of October that's contributing to the defeated feeling you feel in the middle of October in your present moment. But you're just being asked to look through what happened. Reflect on your battles so that you can realize how strong you are. You're still a warrior. So let's move on to how you end October. So we end October with the Invisible card, and I believe Aquarius and Pisces both got this card too. So with this Scorpio energy coming in, this is 8th house energy for sure. Scorpio is all about what's hidden and, you know, what's beneath the surface. So this is you really, really doing something with the unseen energy. Now it's the 16th, so it could be on October 16th or something like that, or it could be involved your relationship. 6 plus 1 is 7. So there could even be a hidden relationship or something, but for all of you, I just feel like this is just something that you could end October feeling a little bit beneath the radar. You could just kind of want to retreat. This is talking about not really feeling like you fit in. Some of you guys could be feeling invisible in your relationships. You could just be feeling kind of like you're not seen. Maybe you guys don't want to be seen. This could be kind of a hermit energy where you're wanting to spend time alone and in your solitude at the end of October. But this is going to be 8th house energy for you guys. So very mysterious, very hidden and dark. And this is when you go into that cocoon to transform into a butterfly, okay? So there's just some kind of invisible aspect here. And she is jumping into a portal. So you could find yourself in a very invisible realm at the end of October. And who knows where you're headed. And it could have to do with your relationships, Aries, some kind of invisible element. I do feel for some of you that it does involve relationships. Now, Aries, we have to talk a little bit about this because we know in October there's this like warlike mentality with you. There's like defeat that is coming into play here. And we have this with physical outlet. So you are going to need a physical outlet at the end of October for all this energy. You're going to need a physical outlet for it. You know, whether it's dancing or writing or boxing or exercising. Just be careful that you're not being used in a negative way in your relationships as a physical outlet. You know, excuse me, make sure that you're not using there may be some of you maybe in relationships where you're feeling like you're being like used as someone's punching bag. Or, you know, like you're an invisible physical outlet for this person. And that's something that doesn't need to happen anymore. I think that there may be something, some kind of secret that you're using as a physical outlet. Maybe no one knows about it. Maybe you're doing it in an invisible way. But physical outlet and invisible. You're going to need some kind of physical. And remember, we have the High Priestess of Earth. So you're very physical in October. Your physical body, moving physically, you know, which is exercise, doing something physical, Aries, with all this passion you have built up, with all this anger, borderline anger, really it is. It's almost fury, and there's something here. I just keep seeing someone punching a punching bag, okay? So there may be invisible elements that you need to release in a physical way, which is writing or singing or painting or drawing something. You need some kind of physical way to express this energy. Now, we got quite a few cards to go with invisible and physical outlet. And this is how you end October, okay? Behind the scenes. So we had Temperance in the Page of Cups, Aries. So for some of you, there could definitely be a Sagittarius coming in at the end of October to offer some sort of love. This is a love offer. And we do have a Pisces and a Sagittarius here. The Knight of Cups is a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But this is the Pisces card. So we've got two mutable signs, Pisces and Sagittarius. So together, these two signs are both ruled by Jupiter. So Jupiter and Scorpio could really be playing an effect in your love life at the end of October. Actually, this is when Venus goes back into your 7th house. She's going to retrograde back into your 7th house of relationships. So definitely people from the past coming back. Could be a Sag, could be a Pisces. If you're not dealing with a Sagittarius or a Pisces, this is just a love offer that you need to be patient for, Aries. Temperance is all about patience and balance. So you're going to need to balance something out when it comes to your love. I don't know if this is being offered to you or if you're being offered love. This looks like a Sagittarius is offering some of you guys love, or a Pisces. Pisces did get patience in their reading too. So we're being asked to stay patient for our relationships, Aries. That might be why you need a physical outlet. There might be someone who seems invisible. There might be some kind of lover that seems invisible. you know, in the month of November. I'm sorry, October. Geez, November. But yeah, I think that you guys are kind of testing the waters with someone too, because temperance is about trying new things and testing the water. One of the feet are on land, one of the feet are in the water. So trying new things with this new lover that's coming in. Someone might offer something at the end of October. I'm seeing a love offer here, and you needing to be patient for that love offer. And it might be an invisible one. And then we have the Six of Swords in reverse. So this is someone who you just don't want to leave, or someone who just can't let you go, because the Six of Swords upright talks about someone who's traveling. So there might be something here about someone who's traveling back to see you, Aries, or you're needing to be patient about those travels. We do have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is a travel card. It's a movement card. So we have two watery cards about movement, but this is mental too. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We do have a lot of air energy. So some of you guys, it might be linked to the Five of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Like, maybe there was something that you didn't want to end. You didn't want something to be defeated. This could be a relationship that was defeated for some of you. And you're really wanting this person to, like, travel back to you. Or you're traveling back to this person. There's something that you're not leaving behind, Aries. Because maybe you regretted it too much. And this is how you end October. You could end October with a love coming back to you. Okay? And that's so Venus retrograde. X is coming back and stuff. So yeah, Aries, I don't know. This could be a Pisces or a Sagittarius that is making the mental decision to return back to you, because maybe the waters calmed down a little bit. This is the reverse Six of Swords. So yeah, I feel like there's going to be some movement in your love life. So let's go back and see. Your video's been kind of short, Aries, so I'm actually just going to go back and read the underlying energy for all the cards, because we do have these decks here. So you started October very physical. So there's very physical, some of you guys have been in physical wars at the beginning and the middle of October, because we have the High Priestess of Earth and the Warrior. So there might be some kind of earth sign energy that you're trying to fight for. Some of you guys could be fighting with this earth sign. Very physical war. And then we have invisible. So this could even be a physical, invisible war. So invisible and physical, that's two opposites. So passive aggression, basically. So yeah, that's really interesting there. That there may be some kind of invisible thing that's becoming physical. Or something that was physical that's kind of becoming invisible at the end of the month, if that makes sense. And then we have freedom. Look through the situation to find your freedom. And then physical outlet. So you're going to need to look through this situation to find a physical outlet so that you can ultimately become freed from this situation. It is very, very battle-like energy, and it is someone in the situation feels defeated, and I feel like 99% of you are the ones feeling that way. There may be a few Aries who are not feeling defeated, and they're actually the other person who has made someone else feel defeated. But I do see some conflicts here that's coming to an end. You're being set free from conflict, and there's like this new start that you see a glimpse of in the middle of October. It's a fiery new start. It's passionate, and it could be with a Pisces, Sagittarius. It could be something that you have to travel backwards for, which Venus in your 7th house retrograde will help with. So yeah, there is something here about someone who's invisible that needs to be physical, and there needs to also be patience for this person to come back to you, or vice versa. So the underlying energy for the High Priestess of Earth, the Warrior, and Invisible is choices, Aries. So I definitely picked up on some kind of choice that you needed to take. Now this is 46, so 6 plus 4 is 10. So this is the choice to either complete something or to continue fighting for it. It's a choice between the light and the dark, which is kind of weird because that's what's going on in the month of October. But you may have a choice to make, a physical choice, okay? A physical choice to keep fighting this. A physical choice to, they might have to do with a earth sign for some of you. A physical choice to either stay or set yourself free, continue to argue. Some kind of choice, Aries. And I think because of this choice, there was some conflict. It's a choice in love. Something is completing in a love life or something. And, you know, these two people do have the Two of Swords back here, which is a choice. And so you made a choice that maybe someone else made a choice to break your heart, or you made a choice. There was a choice that led to heartbreak, and it led to a lot of arguing too at the beginning of October. A lot of communication about this choice, and it was kind of a conflict. It caused conflict. If it didn't cause a fight or an argument, it caused conflict. So yeah, that's why the High Priestess of Earth is here. Physical choices that you need to make, and then also choices that you're battling. You really went back and forth whether to end this or whether to begin this. Like, you really don't know whether this is ending or starting. It's kind of interesting, but that's why you need to look through the situation like the warrior, okay? Because this bird is here, okay? And now look, this is so light and dark, Aries, okay? Because we have white and black and white and black, all right? So this is definitely a very difficult choice between the light and the dark, between something that you can see, something that you can't see. So you are working with the dark becoming lit up. There's a reminder here of where you belong, okay, and your happiness. But there is a choice between the light and the dark. Something that, it depends on you, Aries, if you're willing to continue even when you can't see. All right? Because you have an invisible choice that you're going to make. You may make a choice that has to do with the dark. You may make a dark choice, something that other people frown upon. It may cause darkness, okay? And look, you even have the light and the dark here. Okay? So wherever there was darkness, there's something dark that's completing mentally, and then the light is coming. The light is coming to take back everything the darkness stole. That's the song that I just kind of got in my head with that. So the light is returning. That, and the fire is light. This Ace of Wands, it's a spark. It's a spark you see in the darkness, and it allows you to see the way through this pain. Okay. And you may make a choice, an invisible choice, so a hidden choice. You may make a choice in the dark, Aries, And then for freedom, look through the situation in physical outlet. We have shielding. Wow, why didn't I see that? First time I'm really realizing that this card is coming up. So you may need to shield yourself, Aries, from certain people, places, and things that are arguing with you, certain people that have caused you pain. You may be really putting a wall up. You may be shielding. But just know that you are protected by white light in October. And you may want to ask yourself where this defensive is coming from. How you can be set free from these things that you feel the need to protect yourself from. I feel like you're very protective in October. And I feel like you're shielding yourself from a physical outlet. But this is protection in divine white light. And we have apology underneath that. So you could be potentially shielding yourself from an apology. You know what I mean? Something like, why would someone need to be told sorry? Because obviously something was done wrong, right? So I don't know if it's you that wants to apologize or another person. Maybe this is a choice to shield yourself from an apology. Like, no, you've hurt me too many times. I don't want this to happen again. And we have 2 tens in your reading. 10 of Cups, 10 of Swords. So before this beautiful thing can happen, something very painful needs to end. There needs to be some kind of completion. So yeah, shielding, physical outlet. Maybe you're shielding yourself in a physical way, because we do have that, but there is an apology here. Maybe you had a dream about an apology. Maybe there was a dream about someone. So your dreams are coming up here too, Aries. I just heard in your dreams. Like, I'm not going to apologize to you. Like, that was probably, like, your energy, Aries. If you don't want to apologize to someone, like, yeah, in your dreams. Because someone here has hurt you really bad. You're really hurt in your present moment. But don't worry, because there is some kind of spark coming, some kind of light in this time of darkness. So to clarify the tarot cards, the 5 of Swords, the 10 of Swords, the 6 of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the Temperance, we have the 10 of Cups. So maybe some of this conflict had to do with your emotional happiness. Maybe it had something to do with family life or home life or a water sign. It was a lot of arguing over this happiness. This was someone that you really loved that you had conflict with. There may be an ending to something that caused you happiness. Or maybe this is the spark that this is available again. Maybe there's a spark of hope. Even though you thought everything was over, And, you could potentially have this with a Sagittarius or a Pisces, or maybe this is just something that you need to be patient for, because I feel like this Knight of Cups is offering you this, Aries. This Ten of Cups. This Ten of Cups is beautiful. It's blessings. It's a perfect relationship, happiness, happy family life, happy home life, emotional comfort. So this is something that you can get in October, Aries. This is an underlying energy, but be careful not to shield yourself from this happiness, because you ultimately have to choose this. You have to choose this for yourself, because you've been fighting your own battles for a very long time. So you and only you can choose this for yourself. It's something that you've stayed patient for. It's coming in at the end of October. But I do feel like someone's going to decide that they don't want to leave the situation, because like they just can't. They can't move on from you. This is a lover coming back. Under the Ten of Cups, we have the Queen of Swords and the Three of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So it could have to do with we have air and water. So there definitely needs to be some emotional communication. You need to communicate about this Ten of Cups. This is that Ace of Swords that you get. Whoa, there's another card there. Oh, the Five of Cups. So Aries, whatever it is that you're emotionally sad about, do you see those three cups? Those three cups are over here too. So there was some kind of third party involved. It could have involved an air sign. It could have involved a water sign, because we literally only have air and water here. So that to me tells me that there needs to be emotional communication, and someone needs emotional clarity, because they are really, really hung up on what happened in the past, which is this arguing and this conflict with this earth sign or something. But yeah, Aries, if you're really wanting clarity over something that didn't work out, and right behind you is the Two of Cups, right behind this man over here. So there's clarity still available. And as far as this, you guys just need to talk about the third party situation. You guys just need to talk about what would make you happy. What would give you clarity over this situation, over this relationship. Definitely a Pisces for some of you that you're kind of standing up against, because this is the Hanged Man. Or this is something where you feel stuck. You feel stuck in this defensive energy, but there is happiness here for you, Aries. And I feel that this is giving you enlightenment. You're very much learning from all this, learning from these battles. But both of you or someone in the situation really needs clarity over a past third party. Okay, and they need to communicate about what they want as far as happiness, okay? So, pretty interesting reading there, Aries. What I picked up on most of all is the fact that you guys, there are definitely some battles, and only you, Aries, know what that is. I just feel a very battle energy, and I feel like there's some kind of ending, but also a beginning. And either way, you guys are very, very strong warriors. So you need to channel that Mars energy to compel you to action, to get the situation moving once again, because there's just endings this month. But when you get the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Cups, something painful had to end so that something beautiful could begin, okay? And you did have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords, so a new beginning mentally, a new beginning, which you are owed that. You are owed that new beginning mentally. And then a new beginning passionately too, some kind of spark that really rises you up as this warrior. And you're able to look through the situation and make a choice, whether to continue to protect yourself or apologize and express yourself, and know that you're loved by this person, place, or thing in this situation, even though there were harsh words said. Because ultimately, Aries, you're wanting clarity over this. Do we still have this? Can this still be a thing with us? This perfectness, this happiness, the children, the home, the pets, the house, the everything. Can I still feel emotionally complete with you, is what the Queen of Swords wants to know. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Some of you are really dealing with air signs, or you're dealing with a lot of thoughts in October. But there is a heavy choice, Aries, and this choice may be the choice to no longer fight for something, and that might break somebody's heart. Maybe you feel like someone's no longer fighting for you, and that someone's just left in the background, kind of feeling what they feel. But I do see some communication taking place in October, and there's some kind of love offer coming in that you need to be patient for, Aries. because this person is making their way back to you. And there's actually 3 people in this boat. So it may involve some kind of parent and child. It may involve leaving a situation behind, okay? But this person is trying to get to calmer waters. That's all they were trying to do, is get to calmer waters. But they realized that where they were headed was not the right direction. So they're turning around, Aries. Things turn around at the end of October. So be careful not to shield yourself from this happiness, okay? Whatever that may mean to you guys. And hopefully this was helpful, Aries. Very interesting cards coming up for October. So please comment below if this resonated for you guys. And if you have any questions, let me know. But other than that, I will talk to you on the Taurus full moon at the end of the month. And if I don't see you guys there, I'll talk to you in November. All right, see ya.